Hi, it's Lou Brown again with some more information about how to build your real estate business. You know, one of the things that comes up all the time is, Lou, where do I get the money to buy the property? I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. And I know I have to have great credit, and I have to have a pile of money in the bank, and I have to be able to qualify for loans. Nothing could be farther from the truth. You know, the fact is, I've been buying, selling, and holding property now for over 30 years. I've never been to the bank. I've never qualified for a loan on a single family or small multifamily property. And the reason is, I found out something fantastic and incredible when I was only 19 years old, when I bought my first property, first house I ever lived in. I bought that house by taking over somebody else's loan. I took over their payments. I made those payments essentially in their name, and it worked out so fantastic. And that's one of the things I teach you, is the seller is the bank, meaning that they may have some existing financing that I can step in and take over just merely by taking over their payments. It's a wonderful thing, because perhaps maybe they were behind in payments, and now I come in, I restore those payments, reinstate those payments, and begin making the payments. Now, there's some steps in the process to make sure that the lender doesn't call the loan due, and I can teach those to you. But the fact of the matter is, I want you to be thinking that you don't have to be the one to qualify for a loan. Another way that I work with sellers is, if they do have equity in their property, perhaps have them go to the bank and borrow against their property for whatever amount of cash that they need to take care of their expenses, and then I take over the payments on that amount of money. Another way I work with sellers is, if they have a big amount of equity. Some houses are free and clear. In fact, 37% of the real estate in America is free and clear. And I can come in, I can buy that property, the seller carries back financing, and then I make payments to the seller for a period of time, perhaps forever, until that loan pays down or pays off. It's a wonderful way to set yourself up. Now, I've got some techniques you've got to learn in order to make this thing work, but let me tell you something. If you use the magic words right, if you collect the right amount of information from the seller, as I was telling you before about the seller questionnaire, amazing things can happen. Because really, all you have to do when you're interviewing the seller is find out what their needs are, what's their pain, and then you can find a solution to solve their problem. And that's what this is all about. It's solving the seller's problem so you can solve your problem, and that's making some serious money in this business. This business is amazing. You know, another thing that's happened for me is that some sellers that do have IRAs or 401ks, when they learn more about who we are and what we do, they're willing to actually lend us money from their retirement account, because this business makes perfect sense. And because we've been able to serve them, they can see how we can serve others and how this can be a marvelous business. I've even borrowed money from attorneys. One of my deals, I was able to buy the property. He said, no, I'm only going to sell it for cash. I bought the property. And then at the closing table, he said, well, now tell me more about your business. I told him who we are, what we do, how we operate, how I've taught you on your seller presentation kit. I pretty much did that at the closing. Well, 3 weeks later, he called me. He said he wanted to go to lunch. We sat down together, and after that, at the end of that lunch, he actually took out the same check that he had been paid 3 weeks before, the attorney's check, and he signed it over to me, and he says, here, I'd love to work with you. And we were able to take that loan that he made me, and I've been paying him, and unfortunately, he died a couple of years ago, and I've been paying his widow. And this has been years ago that he loaned me that money. You know, there's so much opportunity out there. The seller can be your bank in several different ways. You can take over the existing financing. You can offer them a loan on their existing equity, or they could even loan you money from their account. I want to teach you these techniques because they work. It is how I do my business, and this is revealed to you just briefly in the Money Machine Exposed. That's just the beginning point in your education process, and I'm looking forward to sharing more with you. So until next time, good luck, good health, and may God bless. Good day.